WrestleMania 40, the grandest stage of them all, and proclaimed by the WWE as the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and it definitely delivered. I was lucky to be there live in person to witness this show. 2 hours before the show, the crowd was filling in, the seats in the Lincoln Financial Field were filling, and it was an almost sold out stadium as we waited for the first match that would be Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. It was freezing cold in Philadelphia, and when you get to your seat and when you look at the stage, you can feel it. You can feel the WWE vibe. You can't explain it, but there's a feeling. So then you look at the ring, and my amazing view was obstructed by a pole, so I could see 1/4 of the ring because the WWE had to put the thing on top. They didn't put anything. It was just a white color top or something on the top, and the pole was obstructing my view, so I couldn't even see the entire ring. So I had to move. So I had to move and I had to stand somewhere else. But it was good. The view was good from that area. But for the first three matches, the pole was obstructing the ring, so you could like barely see anything. But anyways, the sun was setting. At 7 o'clock, the show began. They ran this countdown, and then the countdown just stopped. So like, it was like, oh, 30, 29, 28, 27, and it just stopped. So it just stopped working. So that was just amazing. And anyways, then we started off with the first match. In fact, Triple H came out first. I mean, there's a lot to cover, but Triple H came out first, and he asked us. He told us, oh, it's a new era. It's a new time for the WWE. New WrestleMania. Are you ready? So he did his thing. He went away. I couldn't see him because of the amazing pole that WWE had to just put over there. And anyways, then Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch came out. Both had a great entrance. Becky Lynch had this book thing where she was like saying quotes from a book or something. We could hear it in the stadium. And then Rhea Ripley came out to some guy who was dressed as Rhea Ripley. He was singing a song. It was alright. So then Rhea Ripley came out, Becky Lynch came out. Rhea Ripley is a star. Like this match had that big fight feel, and even though I could barely see the match. This match did deliver. The poll was so irritating, but anyways, this match did deliver. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I'll review the show as well in this. I'll give that match a 4.414 or 4.25. This was a very good match. I had to see most of it on the screen. So like, what's the point of paying the money, right, to go to the show because you have to see it on the screen because of the poll? But anyways, they had a good match. Rhea Ripley retained as expected. She did like a riptide on the turnbuckle and then a riptide. The crowd wasn't into this match. They were booing Becky Lynch. Like everyone was cheering for Rhea Ripley, so it felt like she was the face. And nobody cheered for Becky Lynch. I guess a few people. Nobody cheered for Becky Lynch. Rhea Ripley won the match, a solid match. Now I do feel this match could have been later on in the show, and that the next match, that is the ladder match, should have opened the show. So the Rhea Ripley, she celebrated, and then everything just cut out. And I have to mention this thing. So when they do a move in the ring, there are like 50,000 microphones under the ring. So when they do a move, you can hear the most fake sound of somebody being slammed in the ring. But when they do the same thing outside, you can't hear anything. It feels like there's been no impact. And because the crowd was so dead, the match felt empty without commentary. But anyways, we move on to the second match, and the crowd was horrible. The crowd was awful. We move on to the second match, the ladder match, and now everyone came out. Austin Theory got fireworks. So Ripley got fireworks when she entered, and then nobody else got fireworks. I thought Becky and stuff will get fireworks. She got the fog machine, but I thought like the Miz would get fireworks. Austin Theory, out of all, got fireworks. First of all, his theme song is god awful. I don't know what they've remixed it, and it's crap. And for some reason he got fireworks. He's done nothing for the company. He's useless, and he got fireworks. All six teams, they came in the ring, and the crowd was so dead. But everyone cheered for the Miz and R-Truth. I mean, everyone was excited for them. So the ladder match started. The spots were really good. Again, the crowd was dead, but they had some good spots. I remember one guy suplexed another guy off the ladder or something like that. And then all of a sudden, like after like 5 minutes, Theory and Waller grabbed the titles. First of all, because of my amazing view of the ring, I didn't know who grabbed the titles, and I was confused because it didn't make sense to me. Like they did announce before the match that the titles would be split and you have to grab one and the other. But then Theory and Waller, they grabbed the titles, they celebrated for 2 seconds, the song didn't even play, and then they got off, and then Theory was still in the match. I'm pretty sure. I'm hope my vision wasn't bad, but Theory was still wrestling and was still trying to get the other title. So I was confused about what was happening, and there was a really cool spot where R-Truth got tagged in. The crowd was crazy for that. He did his John Cena thing, and the entire crowd, not the entire, but like many people said, "You can see me," and then he did his the fine knuckle shuffle. That was cool, and eventually, Awesome Truth. I think we all expected it because obviously they wanted their song to play at the end when they were celebrating. So Awesome Truth did win the Raw titles, while Grayson Waller and Theory won the SmackDown titles. I mean, Grayson Waller and Theory, I think they can do a lot more as individual stars. So they should have this split off. I don't think they should have won. Someone like the New Catch Republic, who had a great match at the Elimination Chamber, I think they could have benefited by winning this match. Anyway, so those two won. I'll give this match I'll give it four stars, 4 out of 5 stars. Solid match. It could have been better. The spots were really nice. The crowd was really dead. We move. I'm gonna say that like 10 times in this part of the review for night one. Anyways, we move on to the third match on the show. Now this is where I tried to change my view because the view was awful. It was horrible. Couldn't see anything. Had to watch on the screen. So because the pole was massive. I mean, you'll see it on the pictures and the videos and stuff on the screen. You can barely see anything. So I tried to change my view, and the security or they kicked me out. So I was standing and they just kicked me out. So then we went back. I went back to my seat for this match, and again I couldn't see much, but I mean they were everywhere. They were like the entire faction. So Legado came out first, I'm pretty sure, with Dominic. So the entire faction came out, and then Ray and stuff came out. And I wasn't expecting much from this match. In fact, I was excited because Andrade was added. It was a alright match. I mean, again, nobody really cared. Nobody was even on their seat. It was like a bathroom break match. I mean, they didn't even build it. Dominic just got added, and then Andrade, the SmackDown before Mania, he was part of Legado, and then he turned. It was very confusing. So the match was cool. They had some cool spots. I think Ray or someone jumped on the outside on the other faction, and then two guys with masks, with dark green masks. They came out, and everyone was excited, and I had no idea who they were. So apparently they were Philadelphia Eagles players, NFL players. No idea genuinely. So they helped Ray not. They helped the other guys not cheat. So they helped Rey Mysterio win, which I found kind of shocking. Because I thought Dominic would have won this, and then you would have done Ray versus Dominic, hair versus mask for the third time. But nope, the Ray and Andrade won, and then they celebrated with those guys who had no idea who they were. So I'll give this match 3 stars. The fourth match on the show. Now this match was met with controversy. The brother versus brother, Jay versus Jimmy. So now before the match, I luckily got to change my view. There's a really nice guy. He allowed me to stand over there, so I had a better view, as you'll see on the screen. And Jay Uso should have a world title. I don't know why Damian Priest is champion right now. Jay Uso should be the champion. The entire crowd was doing the up and down thing, and everyone, the entire night was screaming yeet, yeet, no yeet, yeet. So the crowd was crazy for Jay Uso, and he came with Lil Wayne. It was a alright. Lil Wayne did nothing. It was an alright entrance. I mean, the crowd was crazy, as you'll see in the video. But then Jimmy Uso came. Nobody cared. And they did Jay versus Jimmy. Now, I think everyone thought this would be a great match. I expected this to be a disappointment. I don't know why. Something about it. I don't know. And they did super kicks. And more super kicks. And more super kicks. And then Jimmy pleaded to Jay to stop hitting him. And then Jay fell for it. And then Jimmy turned on Jay. And then Jay won the match. So the match was very, very short. It could have done with 5 to 10 minutes more. I mean, I'm not saying that the matches need to be 45 minutes long, and they don't need to grapple and then do slow moves because that's boring. Nobody wants to see that. The NJPW fans with chest hair coming out, I mean, they can see, they can cry about it. I want them to cry about it. Cry about it. They should cry about it. So, anyways, this match, it was alright. I'll give it 3.5. It was good, but it needed more time. It definitely needed more time. The crowd was into this. So, there was this really cool spot. I think I'll play it. So, it was like Jay hits Jimmy, yeet. Jimmy hits Jay, no yeet. And then that went on for a long time. I think that was a really cool spot to do that with the yeah, boo, those punches. So that was a cool spot during the match. But it ended quite abruptly. I thought Jimmy would kick out from this frog splash, but he didn't. Anyways, let's move on to the fifth match on the show. Damage Control versus Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair and Naomi. They had a great entrance. So they were on some podium and then they descended from heaven like Shawn Michaels. And then they played Jade Cargill's song for 2 seconds. She got off the thing. Naomi's song for 2 seconds and she got off the thing. And then Belair's song for the entire thing. I think you could have done Jade Cargill's song. Jade Cargill goes to the ring. Naomi's song. Naomi goes to the ring, and then Belair's song, and Belair goes to the ring. But anyway, this match is I think what we thought it would be. A short match, few moves. Jade Cargill picks up the win for her team by pinning. I don't even remember. It was an alright match. 3.5. It was alright for what it was. The crowd was chanting for Jade Cargill. They wanted her to come in. So like they were chanting, "We want Jade, we want Jade." And then eventually when she was tagged, then it was like a cool moment. She did her move, the slam thingy. But I think they could have showcased Jade Cargill a bit more in this match. She just gave, it was like what we expected from The Rock in the main event. Just a 2-minute cameo and she picks up the win. Anyways, we move on. The co-main event. Now I'll talk about this for a while. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. The crowd loved Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was like a hometown hero for this crowd. It was like a Montreal Sami Zayn. I mean, not that level, obviously, but the crowd loved Sami Zayn. So the crowd was dead after the women's match. I mean, not to take anything away from it, but the crowd was dead. And then Sami has this. For me, Sami's entrance was the best of the night because it was so simple yet so effective. Also, I want to know how his wife teleported from backstage to front row seats at WrestleMania. Like, I would also like to know that, so like, you can be backstage, you can talk to the wrestlers, front row seats for free. But anyways, Sami Zayn, he meets Kevin, they have a cool moment, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn comes out, the crowd's crazy, they're singing Sami's song as he comes down to the ring, and Sami has this cool entrance. Sami was the underdog in this match, and then we have Gunther come out, no reaction for some reason. I thought they'd at least boo him, no reaction. Anyways, Gunther comes to the ring, and we get Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn was the underdog during this match, and they had this thing where Gunther just destroyed Sami Zayn for a good 7 to 8 minutes. He was mocking Sami's wife, and then suddenly Sami starts squirming in the ring like a worm. He's squirming in the center of the ring on a prime bottle. He's squirming, and then he gets up, he beats up Gunther, and he gets a brain buster on the top turnbuckle. So I thought Sami botched the move first, but then they replayed it. They showed the brain buster on the top rope, and previously to this, Gunther kicked out of the Holua kick, which I expected, and Sami, he kicked out of 3. Okay, so first he kicked out of 1 power bomb by Gunther, and then 2 simultaneous ones. I thought that would be the end of the match, but no, Sami kicked out. So I was like, okay, Gunther's gonna win after a 25-minute classic. Sami hits 2 Halua kicks, and 1, 2, and I was like, oh, and I screamed. So the crowd was doing 1, 2. I screamed kick out, and it's 3, and Sami Zayn is the champion. So that was kind of unexpected, but it was a really, really good moment. The crowd went crazy for Sami Zayn. After 666 days, Gunther has been dethroned as the IC champion. A long reign ends over there, and a new one begins. Sami Zayn beats Gunther. Really didn't expect it. I think Sami will have a good reign. It was a great, great, great WrestleMania moment. The crowd went crazy, and Sami Zayn beats Gunther. I'll give that match 4.5 stars. I love that match. That was a great, great match. Anyways, let's move on. We now had a segment with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis announced the crowd. Who cares? Moving on. The main event. Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Now, when these guys came out, you knew okay, these are the main eventers. These are the big wrestlers. So prior to this, the only fireworks were for Rhea Ripley and Austin Theory. I think every single one of them, I think except The Rock, got fireworks. So Cody, he came first. The crowd was crazy for Cody Rhodes. They sang a song, the Whoa. So that was there for Cody. Then Seth Rollins came out and the crowd was in the Whoa. The Seth Rollins song, obviously. Then The Rock came out, which was probably the entrance of the day, with the Brahma Bull logo in the center, which was on fire. The Rock had a great entrance. Like there were like thunderbolts in the arena. I can't explain it, but he had a really cool entrance. And then Roman Reigns, it was just normal entrance for him, but the Roman Reigns aura, you can feel it. You can feel the top star is your Roman Reigns is your everyone with the hand in the sky for the second last time to see Roman Reigns as champion. And the match begun. We knew it was going to be a long match. And there was a really cool moment in the match where The Rock just told the referee, if you count, you're fired. And so at that point, I don't think anyone understood what the rules were because they were using weapons, they were doing just anything. Roman and Cody started fighting on the ramp. I thought Roman would spear Cody off the ramp, but that didn't happen, obviously. The Rock and Seth Rollins, they were fighting in the crowd. The Rock threw water on Seth, he spat water on Seth Rollins. It was a good match. No interferences, thankfully. I think it was what it should have been. They had a really good main event match. It went for 45 minutes, but didn't feel like it. It picked up. It was slow paced at first. It picked up. I really wanted The Rock to beat up Cody. I wanted The Rock to make him bleed with the belt, the Mama Rhodes belt. Mama Rhodes. I'm gonna make your son bleed, Mama Rhodes. But anyways, The Rock, he hits Cody Rhodes with the Mama Rhodes belt, and while Cody's doing the crossroads, and then Roman hits Cody with a spear, rock bottom, people's elbow, and I thought Cody would kick out, but Cody takes the pin in the night one main event. The Rock beats Cody Rhodes to end the night. The crowd was about it. I think we knew The Rock and Roman would win, but they didn't get much of a reaction to end the night. The Rock and Roman picked up the win. The fireworks went off as they both stood there, and then we could see the Cody shot with him sitting depressed in the ring. The same shot as last year, as Cody loses to Roman Reigns and The Rock. I'm going to give this match 4-3-4. It was a good match. I really wanted Cody and Seth to win, but I think we expected these two to pick up the win. I mean, after all, The Rock owns the WWE. He can do what he wants. So that was night one. I'll give night one a 7.5. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll be generous. And that concludes night one of WrestleMania. The Rock has pinned Cody Rhodes. He's defeated him and he's handed the belt to Mama Rhodes. Mama Rhodes has been handed the belt. A strong night of WrestleMania, carrying on to night two. Just seeing the stage in person as well as the lighting and stuff itself is just surreal to see that. And night one, it ended with fireworks and The Rock and Roman Reigns. It was really cool to see that as The Rock pins Cody Rhodes. As I went home disappointed, knowing that it would be Bloodline rules the next day.